Alright folks, here you go. Some sort of old plate. I found like a piece of an old plate. Thinking maybe this is some Anna Pottery. Could be. You'd think. Why else would it be out here? Here's some more. It's interesting. Just old pieces of pottery, I guess, you know. I've heard you can find it pretty much all over out here. So, I'd assume this is some of it. So I think we should have turned a different way at the last sign. And that's what we're gonna probably do. We're just exploring anyway, so. Well, howdy folks, Shawn here, and there's Michelle from hikingwithshawn.com. And today we are at the Iron Mountain area. And to get here we had to get on 127, turn on Mountain Glen Road, get to Kaolin Road, I think I'm saying that right, and then finally to Kaolin Pit Lane. And you just go down the lane and you'll have to kind of go right at a fork, and you get out here to this neat little, what looks like a park. There's a nice little pond here. I'm assuming it's fishable, and nice big parking lot. Someone's parked a camper here. I don't know if they're staying in it or what. There's a little horse high line. This is a horse and hiking trail. Kind of pretty rocks here. It looks like someone takes care of this place. So, horse high line, picnic table, and a bench. So, I think someone's probably taking care of it. And keeping it mowed and everything. So, kudos to whoever's doing that. And this is my first time here. We've not been here yet, so nice bench. Nice view of the lake. So, isn't that cool? Yeah. And yeah, it's really nice. Little area where they make a little fire. Everyone ought to invest in some sort of burn pit. I guess that would work. You know, that works good enough. So, really nice area. And then here's some trails. Got to try to figure out what trail's what. There's a few of them. I do believe it's this one. So, cool thing about this area is, I believe this is where they made a lot of the pottery that goes into what's called Anna Pottery. So, it's an interesting spot. So stay tuned for more fun. So Michelle brings up a good point. Right over here is clay. It's called Kaolin Pit Lane. So we're thinking this is clay to, you know, a clay pit. So this is where they dug up the clay to make the pottery. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, of course, some expert, but that's our guess. Boy, I like how you can see the blue sky on the reflection of the pond here. All right, folks. So when you park, you'll want to take the trail closest to the pond thing, and then you'll come up to a point to where you can go that way straight, or you can go left on trail 242. We're assuming that's 242 because we went straight and it just kind of dead end. So we're gonna get on 242 here and see where it goes.
Baby.
Alright folks, we got occasional signs of settlement. Seen an old road, maybe an old home site, and some sort of old pond of sorts. Maybe another area they dug clay. As we make our way up, here's an old post. And some bigger trees. And here's I do believe the Iron Mountain path. We'll go one way, then turn around and come the other way, since we're kind of in the middle. All right, folks. Every now and then, you come up to these old posts right here. Usually have numbers like 655, 655. Usually indicates there's a pond. So there's one right there. I don't know if the pond has always been there, like maybe whoever lived here before dug it, or if the Forest Service dug it for wildlife. So I'm not too sure on that. Nonetheless, though, there is a pond. It's pretty cool, and would be primarily a wildlife pond now. So that's pretty cool. Didn't expect that out here in the middle of nowhere. So, Shawnee National Forest, Iron Mountain. Trail maintained, hikers, horseback riders. No four-wheelers allowed, please don't litter. And it gives you the ranger station number. So, really cool. 2 trails here. My map didn't really show that, but we'll probably just take one and come back and do the other. So, that's what we're gonna do. Alright folks, it's an itty bitty snake here. There we go. Wow, that's little, I don't even know what that is. Smooth earth. Maybe decay, I don't know.
That's why they call it Iron Mountain.
Pulling up iron? Yeah. There you are. There you are. You're just a itty bitty. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Just a itty bitty snake. Alrighty, folks. Here's some history from the late James Bond of the Southeast Missourian, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. It says, Iron Mountain is a famous historical landmark in Missouri. I think he meant, well, it says not as well known, but still historical, is another Iron Mountain. This one is located south of Alto Pass in southern Illinois. Despite its name, the most lucrative material at Iron Mountain wasn't iron, but kaolin, a white clay used for making china and porcelain. The clay deposits at the foot of Iron Mountain were first quarried in 1866 to supply materials for pottery in Anna. Before long, a new village, appropriately named Kaolin, popped up around Kaolin Mines. The bustling village even had its own rail spur connecting to the St. Louis and Cairo narrow gauge railroad. The clay mines and village declined during the end of the 1800s, but picked up again during World War I. The operation continued, with ups and downs, into the 1950s as new industrial uses for kaolin were developed. After the mining rights finally expired in 1990, the Shawnee National Forest took over management. The main quarry pit, excavated to a depth of over 100 feet, was allowed to be filled with water, creating a scenic lake and picnic area. Beavers have constructed a dam at the lower end of the Kaolin Pond, pushing water level even higher.
Oh, wow.
The beavers have gnawed on many trees, although they don't always finish what they start. The trail crosses below the beaver dam and leads to the north past a suspicious-looking mound. It's little too steep and circular to be natural. This may have been a discard pile from mining operations. On the other side of the mound is a much smaller pit that is also filled with water. So, yep. So that is some history, folks, of the Kaolin mine. And there's even more where they did they did a dig, and you can read about what they found, and all that's on Google. So do check it out. No. Okay, folks, here's some of the clay we think. The Kaolin clay. It's white, and it looks like kind of looks like it chert in a way, but it's definitely clay. But that's what they would have used to create the pottery. Much of the pottery made here, I assume all of it maybe, is Anna Pottery, and that's high dollar stuff. I mean,
it goes $5 now.
Yeah, it's $5,000 was something the other day. So
no, 500,000.
500 maybe. So pretty cool stuff. It's kind of weird being out here in the middle of nowhere and coming up to a bench. It's an old bench, but it's a bench. I wouldn't sit on it. It's pretty shaky, but still, there's a little pond. So that's kind of neat. Mm-hmm. Pond by the bench.
I'll pass on sitting on this one.
Alrighty, folks, more signage telling us where to go. It's like, what's that way?
The way they don't want you to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the cool stuff is at.
Yep.
Mountain lions and tigers and bears.
Iron mountain lions. Gnarly tree up here. Alright. Entering Myers Ranch Farms. With permission, travel at own risk. Keep out. I really don't understand it. So, there it is. End of the road. End of the road.